Okay, welcome to the Low Level Zone. Here today, I am here with a good friend of mine, Dennis. Here, Dennis, do you have a gamer tag?
For PS5?
For anything. What do you use?
I play on PS5. DMOA1.
DMOA1.
Yeah, DMUA1.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
it.
That's it.
Okay, perfect. DMUA1. Plays on PS5. He streams also.
Yeah.
But most importantly, Dennis, can you please tell the audience what you do?
Well,
Or who are you? Yeah.
So I am an official Pokemon Professor for the Pokemon Company. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So before we get into that, all that cool stuff, and that's my fault. I didn't really forewarn you, but
Okay.
do you have a top 5 video games of all time? What's your top 5 list?
Oh man, I love RPGs a lot. I'm usually, if I do play a game, it's usually an RPG. So my favorite RPG of all time.
Are you going to 1 through 5 or no order or what?
I guess I go
Number 5 first?
I'll go number 5 first. Okay. So I am like I said, I love RPGs. So my number 5 will probably be Final Fantasy X.
10. Oh,
Yes.
why 10? Why 10? We have to know.
10 was the first Final Fantasy where they actually had like actors and you didn't have to like read every single thing, you know? And it had like it was like the first Final Fantasy where like the graphics were amazing and it was just like beautiful to the eyes basically.
So they have voices.
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
So
they
you
had
don't-
voice actors and everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
That was the first Final Fantasy that had
Final
voice
Fantasy
actors.
X. If I think about it, actually, that's probably true. So
Yeah.
number 4.
Number 4, I will have to probably go the Borderlands series.
Oh,
I love
Borderlands.
There's a new movie coming out, by the way,
Really?
called Borderlands. Yeah.
Oh, I never played it in my life.
Yeah, it's like a comedic RPG, like it's like a shooter RPG comedy / thing. So basically, it's like a third-person shooter RPG.
It's a third person?
Yeah, third-person shooter.
So you see the character.
Yeah, I believe so.
Right?
I don't know. It's
Okay,
been so long since I played. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty cool. You should check it out, man.
Okay. How many? You said there's a series. How many
There's
are
a
there?
series of them. There's like 1, 2, and 3, and then like a few prequels here and there.
Okay, awesome.
So, yeah.
So we got Borderlands series. Okay, we'll let them slide with the series. Did you have a which one is like probably?
Oh, if I were to pick
the cake
top,
there.
I probably pick number 2.
Number 2?
Borderlands 2. It's probably the top one. Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
It's just I don't know. It was the first one on PS2, and it was like it's that old. Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty old, and it was just fun.
Yeah.
Actually, it was on PS3. I don't remember PS3 yet.
Maybe. I remember it was part of a bundle.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So it might have been maybe both.
Both. Okay. Let's go number 3.
Number 3.
Yep. It doesn't have to be RPG. Any game.
Number 3.
Making you think, huh?
I know. It's like.
In his defense, I didn't tell him to think about it ahead of time.
Yeah.
So.
I really liked growing up. I really liked the Twisted Metal games.
Twisted Metal.
So original PS1,
Yes.
Twisted Metal. Even
clown
though,
car.
oh man,
Yeah.
I'm definitely afraid of clowns.
Oh yeah.
Even though I was definitely afraid of clowns, I loved that game.
Really?
And even though that was their mascot, yeah. So it was pretty fun. Yeah.
Twisted Metal. Which one again?
I'll probably go with the first one.
Really?
Because that was
Okay.
the one. It was just
The one that started it all. Huh?
basically, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2.
Number 2, I would have to go back into the car theme as well. I gotta go with Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
Can't go wrong with Mario Kart.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I love Mario Kart. My son and I, we play all the time.
Which one?
Well, right now we're currently playing the Switch Mario Kart.
Yep.
The one that's currently on the Switch. But the very first Mario Kart that made me love Mario Kart was Mario Kart 64 on the Nintendo 64. So that one has got to be.
If you said any other, it'd be a little disappointing.
I agree.
Yeah.
Mario 64 was the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I will say I know Dennis for quite a few years now,
Yeah.
actually, and I would not have taking him as a card guy, and he's picking all these card games.
Well, I mean, it's not like it's like Need for Speed or like Gran Turismo or anything.
Yeah. Number one, what is your favorite game of all time?
Number one, the only game that I could probably play back to back and like
forever.
Forever. I mean, I would probably say Pokemon. I mean, it's. I mean, I'm a Pokemon professor, so it's kind of like cliche, but you know, it's the only game that I could actually play forever and not get bored of. If I were to pick one particular Pokemon game, I'll probably pick either Pokemon Emerald on the original Game Boy Advance, or the newer ones, either X and Y.
X and Y.
I liked X and Y. Yeah,
that's a good one. I was gonna say if it wasn't Pokemon.
Yeah. I know. I mean, come on.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. All right, so we got number 5 is Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
Number 4 we had what did you say? Borderlands.
Yeah.
Yep. And then number 3 we went into the cars with Twisted Metal. Number 2 N64, and then number 1 on Dennis' top list is Pokemon Emerald or Pokemon X and Y. But Pokemon Emerald, if anything, over those 3?
Yeah, X and Y was a little different because they had that Mega Evolutions.
And you guys don't know this. Can you show them your do you have it?
Have what?
The Rayquaza tattoo?
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh yeah. And that's why Pokemon Emerald.
Yeah.
Oh here, you walk.
Oh
right
yeah,
sure. We might have to walk right up there. Yeah, show the camera.
Yeah.
Like come up right here. Yeah, there we go. Right there. Oh, that's a Mega.
Yeah.
That's a Mega.
Yeah, so it's like a little bit of both, right?
Yeah,
X and Y, Mega Evolution, and then Emerald with the Rayquaza. Yeah.
You actually have some that I've never seen before. I've seen the Rayquaza.
Yeah, so this is the Gengar line, my favorite ghost Pokemon.
I'll throw a picture. So yeah, you don't have to go there all the time.
And then I have the Squirtle line here with Blastoise and Murturtle. And my Squirtle is the original Squirtle squad with the glasses.
With the glasses?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll have to take pictures of those so we can put it on the channel. Yeah. But anyways, dude, that's so tight with the tats and stuff. I love it. But anyways, talk about your being a Pokemon professor, judge. How did you become one, or how did you even think of becoming one? Like, why you decided to do this?
Well, yeah. When I was a Pokemon TCG player for for the longest time now. I got into the Pokemon TCG game because like most of us, we were already collecting the cards. So one day I went to like one of our local shops, game related. Shout out to Tony. So Tony was like, "Dude, you have all these cards already. You have like you collect them and all the thing. You might as well just learn how to play it." And I was like, "You know what, Tony? You're right.
That's right. Yeah.
I should have just learned how to play it." So that was like back in like 2018, 2019 or something like that. Yeah. So I was a player for like a very long time, and then one day I was just like, you know what?
So real quick, that was pre-pandemic.
That was pre-pandemic.
Wow.
Yeah. So like 2020, when the pandemic came, everything was just at a stall.
Yeah.
Because like they didn't host events, or they weren't allowed to host events either. So, and then I was just like, you know, that was like, and then I came back into the game like in 2021, and then I just was like, you know, and I had a kid now, and I couldn't play as much anymore. And to be honest, like I became you know, Pokemon judges. A lot of when they judge events, they get paid in Pokemon packs.
Really?
Booster boxes.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So like a lot of the stuff that we do is all volunteer work. But then you know sometimes the store pays you in packs. You know. So I was like, you know what? I might as well learn how to become a professor or a judge, so that you know I don't have to spend as much money when I buy cards, you know.
Yeah.
So and then I started doing it. Yeah.
So just for the viewers who maybe watching this for the first time, how much would a box cost?
So a booster box costs anywhere from like $120 to retail price $160.
Okay, yeah. See, so that's a lot of money, because if that's 2 boxes, that's $300 plus, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, so you did. Tony says you should learn how to play the game, so you did.
Yeah.
And then
a few years later, 2022, 2021, I was already thinking about it because I wanted to, but then and then like life happens, you know, so I went into the afterthought. So then last year I revisited again in early 2023. You know, I was like, yeah, I mean, I should just like become a judge and just become a professor, because you know, and then you know, to like get all the cool swag and all the cool like stuff like that. And then I actually started doing it, and I was like, whoa, this is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, because I love teaching kids how to play the game. I love like because like that's part of the job too. You teach kids, because like most of the like it's mostly the kids that need like a ref or like a Pokemon judge,
kind of a
like,
guidance, right?
Yeah, you guide them during the games and stuff like that. So it's like more towards the youth. So I just started doing that, and I was like, oh, it's actually pretty cool, and I enjoy it, you know. So, and I get paid in packs out of it sometimes, you know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Talk about like, can you talk about like how the steps of becoming a judge? Like, what did you have to do?
Oh yeah, it was like it's crazy, because like when I looked into it, I was like, oh, you actually have to apply. You actually have a background check and everything. It's like applying for a real job,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, well, I mean, you're working with kids, so I get it. You know? Yeah. So like, so if I went to Pokemon.com, that's where you gotta go to become a judge, and you had to like every single player as a player already. You need a player ID, so you utilize the same account that in the website. So I just applied, basically, and then you have to take a test before you could while you're applying, because you have to have knowledge of the game, basically.
Is the test a knowledge of the game, how to play the game, or is the test like knowledge about Pokemon?
It's knowledge about the Pokemon TCG, the trading card game.
Okay.
So it's like kind of like the rules and what Pokemon do, like what kind of Pokemons do, and like what some of the trainer cards do, and like basically like, you know, if this Pokemon was knocked out and they have this ability, what happens, you know? So like it's just like it's basically an open book, so you don't have to like memorize like every single card.
Okay.
So you like they give you like a card, and you look at the card and be like, oh yeah.
So it's not like, oh, who's this Pokemon? Voltober.
It's basically a knowledge test about the actual trading card game.
So that's good. So Dennis here is actually very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
So you apply online.
Yeah.
You put your register, background check. You do the test, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What next? Like, how long's the wait till you find out?
So when I applied, it took them like 2 months for them to even get back to me. So like it took them like at least 2 months to get back to me, and they emailed me back, say, hey, you know, you have been accepted into the program. Now we want a background check, you know.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so basically when you get accepted, even if you fail the background check, you can't.
You can't do it.
They're not gonna deny you, because you work with kids, you know.
Yep.
So I got the background check, and then another month passes by, and then after the background check, you know,
it cleared.
Yep. They officially like, hey, you're officially a Pokemon professor, you know. So basically, and then they gave me, so there's like a secret page that on the Pokemon.com
okay.
that only organizers and Pokemon professors get access to.
Okay.
So then I just started exploring that area, and it was
awesome.
Yeah.
Can I ask? I'm not gonna ask what the page is or whatever. Is it like a spot where like, hey, we have events you can sign up for, or
it's more like a organizer tools page,
Got it.
and then you also get access to the Pokemon Professor store. So you get Professor exclusive like promo cards or exclusive like stuff. So basically, the more events that you judge, you gain Professor points, and you use these Professor points for like swag, like promo cards or something.
So now that you're a professor, how do you go to the events?
So basically,
like, do you have to find them yourself?
You actually do.
Oh, okay.
So like usually once you become a professor, it's your own you have to do your own due diligence to like find stores that need judges or need an organizer. So there's two different types of professors actually. So in the professor program, there's two different types of professors. So one side is the organizer, and one side is the judge.
Okay.
So I could do both, but I'm more focused on the judge side right now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Instead of organizing.
Yeah.
So if you were to organize, you had to organize the whole tournament.
Yeah. So
right?
basically,
Okay.
so like most likely, like stores are the organizers, and then the stores contact judges, and then judges go out. So unless the store doesn't want to like affiliate with like
Pokemon,
a Pokemon, or they don't want to take it, or they don't want to take the test to become a professor, then they can hire an organizer for that store. But it makes more sense for the stores to be organizers.
Okay.
So then, so yeah, we have to do our due diligence to like find our own stores to like judge for. We're very fortunate here in the Twin Cities that there's a lot of Pokemon stores.
There is a lot?
There's a lot of Pokemon stores.
There is a lot of stores and do these stores reach out to you too?
Sometimes we have a Minnesota TCG Discord channel as well.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the stores are on that Discord channel as well. So sometimes they just go in the Discord channel and be like, hey, I need a judge for this event. And sometimes people answer. Or if like you have good friends who own a store, or if you build a relationship with that store, you could just like judge for them. You could be their house judge basically.
Ah, got it.
Kind of like how like Souls in St. Paul.
Yep.
I'm their house judge because they're a newer store too.
Got it. Yeah.
I became a professor right around when they became a store too. So it kind of worked out.
So when for stores, how does, I guess not more a store, but how do you do these are considered like local tournaments?
Yes,
then? They are local tournaments.
Yeah, you could do regionals and even go up to worlds, but right now I just don't have the reputation for that yet.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the thing that I want to build a local scene first.
Yeah.
And then once because there's different stages and levels where you could level up your criteria or your reputation
of being a professor.
Of being a professor. So right now I'm just a basic level.
I was gonna ask you that. Yeah. What level are you now?
So there's 3 stages. There's a basic level, stage 1, and stage 2. Right now I'm just a basic level because you have to at least be in that level for at least a year before you can advance.
Okay.
So since I just became a judge last year, you know, I'm still at basic level. I qualified to level up in June. Once I become a stage 1 professor judge, I will probably look into doing more regionals. Okay. Yeah. So a lot of the there's a lot of stage 2 professors here in the Twin Cities too that I'm trying to like we have a relationship with as well too. So hopefully I can go that route pretty soon.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you because you were a player first, right?
Yeah.
Does the regionals location changes? Is it like far from here, or is it like at the same spot every year?
Usually they some venues they do stay the same every year, but most likely they change different locations every year. So I know the only ones that usually stay the same every year is Orlando.
Orlando.
Yeah, because Milwaukee had a regional for forever too, every year. But then this year they didn't have a regional, which is surprising because that was the closest regional to Minnesota. So a lot of the Minnesota players were pretty upset about that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So what if since we're here in Minnesota, what's the next closest regional?
Probably Illinois.
Chicago area, or not even like, Chicago?
It's like an hour west of Chicago.
Okay.
So it's like about 6 hours away.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, talk about as a player. Did you do traveling? To go play? Have you played at a regional?
Yes.
Yes.
I have.
Okay. Let's go. Yeah.
So this year I kind of calmed down a little bit because I just
focus on judging,
and you know I just didn't want to travel as much too because I'm so busy with my son nowadays, and he's in school now full time too.
Yeah.
So last year I traveled a lot for regionals. So like last year I played in Baltimore. I played in Orlando.
Baltimore and Orlando.
And
wow.
I went to the Milwaukee one last year too.
Okay.
And I also went to the one in Illinois, And I even I played at the North American International last year too.
Did you?
Yeah, so it's like the international tournament is like one step above regionals.
Okay.
So yeah, that was in Columbus, Ohio.
How do you get into that one?
So you have to
Do you have to win a regional or
no. Yeah, if I won a regional, I probably won't be in the judge front right now. I'll probably be like
still
playing and be as competitive as possible.
Getting paid to play.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Basically, if you win regionals, you are sponsored like
heck, huh?
Yeah, like
heavily.
very heavily.
Okay.
Yeah, because we actually do have a lot of we have 3 regional winners in the Twin Cities alone.
Oh, do you know who they are?
Yeah, we got Braden.
Braden. Okay, yeah.
We have Piper, and we have Max Johnson. Those are just the adult regional winners. If you want to go down to seniors and juniors, we have even more too. So.
Oh, do you know any of them? No.
Yeah. They all
just
play.
List a few.
They all play a game related. We got Spencer and Evan Pavleski as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. We got regional players here in Minnesota and everything too. But like I was asking, how do you get into that? What is it called? North America?
Yeah,
right?
It's just basically a raffle. You know, it's just a lottery. You just have to register for it. It's the biggest tournament in the world, other than the World Championships.
Okay.
I've never played at a World Championship because that's the only event that actually is invite only.
Oh.
You have to have enough.
So you kind of have to win then.
You kind of have to either do very well at other regionals or win a regional to be invited. Basically. Yeah.
Okay, so the North America one, you got selected.
Yeah.
And you did go play in that one. Where was that one in?
That was in Columbus, Ohio.
That one was in Columbus, Ohio.
Last year and on July 4th weekend.
Yeah. Take us into the domain of playing at one of these. Like your first time going to a regional. How nervous were you? I always want to ask this. How nervous are you?
My very, very first regional was of course the Milwaukee one. That was because it's the closest one and it's like makes the most sense because you just drive there. So my very first regional was Milwaukee, probably like 2021. No, the first year that I came back from pandemic, I think it was 2021 or 2022.
Sure.
Yeah, so I didn't know what to expect. Yeah. That was my very first regional.
Was it big? Huge?
It had like over 1,800 players.
Wow.
Yeah, so 1,800 players, and it was my very first regional. I didn't know what to expect, and I went there by myself because like a lot of my friends, like because of the pandemic, a lot of my friends kind of stopped playing.
Yeah.
So I went there by myself, and I was just like, whoa, I don't know what to expect. And then luckily there were some local players that were kind of showing me around and showing me what to do as well too.
Okay.
So
nice of them.
Yeah.
Then before they cream you, right?
Yeah. Well, luckily I didn't play them, so and then so I didn't really know what to expect because it was like my first time playing like in that competitive scene
atmosphere.
In that atmosphere because I did mostly just like local events, like at a shop or something that had like maybe 15 players, you know. But here I go at the regional at 1,800 players, and everything is like packed and like. And you have to find your table and everything. Imagine like 1,800 people scrambling for like their table, like when the round starts,
Yeah. When you were playing, do you remember the deck you used?
Oh man.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you.
2021. What was I using? Oh, I was using my Mew deck. Mew VMAX deck.
Is this tag team? No, it's just
the VMAX.
Okay.
The Mew VMAX deck.
VMAX.
That was my very first deck that I used very competitively. I want to say
that was something Fusion.
Yeah, Fusion Strike.
Fusion Strike. That's what it was. Fusion Strike.
It was a Fusion Strike Mew. Yep.
Now you can't play that anymore, right?
You can't play anymore because it just rotated.
It did?
Yeah, it rotated.
When was the recent rotation?
Today.
Today
was
oh my
rotation.
Gosh, what's the date today?
Today is April 5th.
April 5th ruined it. I should have did this podcast or this interview a day sooner, but the new rotation came in today. And then you did the other regionals as well. You said Baltimore. And
I did Baltimore
and Orlando.
Orlando last year.
Okay.
I went to.
How were those? Were those just as nerving?
No, the first one was. I mean, the first one was the most nerve-wracking because I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, of course.
But, you know, of course, you're still nervous going into a big regional because, like, especially, like, round one, because you just have to, like, get into the mindset again. Well, for me, anyway. But, like, I knew what to expect now, so I didn't really have to, like, worry about that.
Nice.
Yeah. But when I went down to Orlando, I took my son and my fiance as well, too. And,
nice.
But and we went to, like, Disney World. And
awesome.
Disney World, it was, like, raining that day, so he got sick. So I had to drop because he was.
You dropped out?
I had to drop in the middle of the tournament because he got sick. So I had to go take care of him.
Oh, yeah. What a good dad. Yeah. Leave your kids at home. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so he got sick. You dropped out in the middle of the Orlando one. Were you winning?
I was. Yeah, I was. I think I was 3-1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was 3-1.
What deck were you using? Do you know?
Oh man, I think I was using Mew again.
Were you?
Yeah. Okay. I played the Mew VMAX deck for a very long time because it was my favorite deck. Okay. In that rotation.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I think I was using Mew.
Is that one, or what was your best I guess performance?
My best performing deck.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you won locals here.
Yeah.
But like maybe like which one? The Orlando one's probably your best one. Milwaukee, Baltimore, Ohio.
My best performance regional.
Yeah, let's go regional.
Or just like best performance deck.
No, well, yeah. Let's regional then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think I think Baltimore might have been my best performance. Yeah. I had a win in for the day 2 tournaments, and unfortunately I got top 256.
Nice.
Out of like 2,000 plus people.
Yeah, that's really good.
But unfortunately I didn't get enough points to advance to day 2. Yeah, because day 2, to make it to day 2, to advance into the tournament, you have to have a certain amount of points.
And to do that, you just get wins.
And basically, you have to have more wins. So you have to get a total of 19 points to get to day 2, and each win is 3 points, and a tie is 1 point.
Wow, how many times do you play on day 1?
You play 9 rounds in day 1.
In day 1?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So imagine 9 rounds, and each round is a best of 3. So imagine 9 rounds of 27 games if you play all 3 games each round.
Oh my god!
Yeah. So
that's insane.
Yeah, it's like if you don't mentally prepare yourself, it's an all-day tournament.
Is it from like 8 a.m.
to like 6 p.m.
Oh my god!
Of nonstop playing. Yeah.
Of all Pokemon cards playing. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh. So if you don't mentally prepare yourself to expect that, you could mentally drain yourself.
I've done that with like sports, but to do that with like anything other than sports is just mind-boggling.
Yeah, it's like it's a different. Like I used to play football too, so I did that for football as well. Mentally draining versus physically draining yourself, it's like 2 different things. It's crazy.
Would you say Pokemon was
I would say
just as tiring as football?
It was just as tiring.
Oh my gosh!
Even though because I used to like use a lot of complicated decks.
Yeah.
So some days I would have a headache at the end of the day.
Wow.
So it's just like, and then you just knock out because you're just so mentally tired.
That's crazy.
So yeah.
Let's see, what time is it? Okay. Just kind of wanted to get your perks on the being a judge. As a player. Just so everybody would know, what's your favorite Pokemon, of course?
Oh, of course. I gotta go Rayquaza.
Rayquaza right there. Regular or Mega, or both?
I think Mega is cooler.
Yeah?
Yeah, but you gotta give it to the OG, regular one.
Anything you playing for video games right now?
I just right now I'm not playing any games currently. I was about to pick up Final Fantasy VII, the remake one, the part 2.
Yeah. Oh.
But I just finished Final Fantasy 16.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't been. Usually in between games, I usually like to take a little break before I start a new game.
Yep. Okay. Awesome. What is how can we find you on stream? You still streaming?
I don't stream as much as I used to. Okay. I during that event, I was doing a fundraiser for Stop Soldier Suicide. So that during that event, I was just streaming a lot. But
For
I
that
don't
cause?
for
Yeah.
the cause, yeah. But I don't stream regularly. But if you guys want to, hit me up. You could find me on YouTube, DMUA1,
There you go.
or Twitch, as well as Facebook Live. Yeah, I do a lot of streaming on Facebook as well.
DMUA1, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
All right. But anyways, thank you, Dennis, dude.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. This one of the greatest stories I've heard about becoming a player first, then judge. One last question before we leave here. Because it's Pokemon cards, what would you say is your most prized possession card? I should have asked you, bro.
As a lot of my friends know, I'm a Rayquaza collector. So I have my entire wall at home is just Rayquaza slabs.
All right.
At home, I do have a Gold Star Rayquaza.
Is that gonna be the one?
But I don't tell people that I do.
Oh,
but now it's out there.
Gold Star
Yeah, I do have a
Rayquaza.
Gold Star Rayquaza. It's not graded. It's just it
It's
is
just a
raw. Yeah.
Right. And you just rather keep it raw, right?
I'd rather keep it raw because I don't know what happens if it comes back as a one.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, well, at least it's yours. Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I do have one. I do keep it in my safe. That's the only one that's not on my wall because it's the most expensive one.
Okay.
Yeah. So
roughly raw, how much is it?
at its condition, probably like maybe 5 to 10,000.
Really?
Yeah.
What? 5 to 10,000?
Yeah.
How much is a 10 then? If it was
PSA
a 10?
10?
Yeah.
If it was a PSA 10, it'll be like almost $100,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
That's my value for a Gold Star
Yeah.
Rayquaza.
Yeah.
$100,000 for a
Yeah.
PSA 10. That is
I haven't looked at the pricing lately, but last time I checked, it was at least about
somewhere
that.
around
Yeah,
there.
somewhere
Okay.
around there. Yeah.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. All right. But anyways, let's thank Dennis again for coming on the show
Yeah.
here at Low Level Zone. Definitely a friend of the show. Thank you, Dennis. He is a judge slash professor for Pokemon, the trading card game.
Yeah.
As well, find him DMUA1, right?
Yeah.
DMUA1 on YouTube and Twitch. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. We might play a little game after this, but thank you guys for watching and have a good one.
All right.